Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fortnite Save the World video. In this video, I will show you a new build for Beach Amplifier, South Direction for Twine Peaks Endurance. With all the latest edits and updates. The build looks a bit similar to the old build. But I wanted to add everything in one video, the build plus the edits, the old and the new ones. The build was done 2 weeks ago, but I had to rebuild and test the loop bridge again, after the new thing, where mini bosses and smashers may destroy the floors now. Plus I waited for the last update to drop in case they change anything. And to avoid any confusion, let's call this build, Beach Amplifier 2023 Build 1. Before we start, make sure to read the description first. If there is any update for this build or a newer build, I will leave it there. And without further ado, let's get started. For the south direction, they spawn in these locations. And they have 2 paths to reach the amplifier. The first one is here. The second one is there. I will build the tunnel in the first path, and block the second one. Don't worry if you got confused, I will jump every few steps to show you the build progress. Start from here. You can start the tunnel from here, like the old build. But there is a bug, where flingers can phase through the gap here, even if you added a lot of block-offs. And they will easily stand here, and throw husk over the amplifier. So I had to block this gap with a floor here. Also they may target this wall from the inside. So, add a block off here. Add 2 walls here, for sound wall traps. Helps to control the sploders. You can build here too. But smashers and mini bosses may destroy it. And it can drive smashers crazy sometimes. That's why I prefer to keep an empty tile around the amplifier to avoid any issues. But roofs won't cause any issues. Add some roofs here for ceiling drop traps. Helps a lot to clear the early waves. Add another one here too, just in case a flinger tried to target the block-offs here. If your durability is low, add 3 to 6 more drop traps here, it will help a lot. Since it will be directly over the spawn here. Sometimes smashers and propanes go crazy and try to pass through this gap, causing a lot of damage to the area around. Add a floor here to avoid that. Also, you can add pillars here. Helps a lot with the wall launchers. But it can cause smashers issue for some people, so if you got any issues with these pillars, remove them. Now for the block offs. You need to block 2 areas. To avoid any husk skipping the main tunnel, taking a shortcut. They will try to go up from here. And here. Also, flingers will try to go around from here to have a spot to target the amplifier. But this path is already blocked with Valley Amplifier block-offs. Make sure to check it out. Start from here. Two layers of block-offs is enough. You can add another line of edited floors instead of these walls. But I added more layers because sometimes smashers try to take a shortcut and start destroying the block-offs. It is different from base to base. For example, I added 4 layers here. In your base you can use 2 only and it will work perfectly. Others may need 5. When it comes to block-offs in Twine Peaks, it is a bit different from base to base, but not that much, don't worry. I will add more block-offs here, but most of them are for the east direction build, not the south one. The south require only 2 to 4 layers. I will explain it more during east direction build video. Now, for the lobber shield. Start from here. I will build both, south and east lobber shield now, since it will be easier to build them both together. Build ramps till this hill. You can add more or less if you need to. Add ramps here too if needed. You can add another connection here too. But this one is enough. Now for the loop bridge. I tested over 30 loop bridges to get the best one. Because after version 24.0 update, mini bosses can destroy the floors connecting the loop bridges, which leads to destroy the whole bridge. But this bridge is stable. I tested it many times to make sure. I will explain everything while building it. Start from here. This bridge will cost more than the normal loop bridges, just to avoid any possible issues. They have 2 ways up to the bridge. Smashers will follow the stair. The mini boss will go up from here most of the time. Don't add a floor here, because it will get destroyed with ramp amp spawn. Without a second connection, mini-bosses may destroy this floor, even if you added a floor trap here, leading to destroying the whole bridge. A connection here won't be the best, mini-bosses will destroy it too. Instead, add it here, since it is out of their range and it doesn't block their way, they won't destroy it. Here's how it works. All the smashers during wave 5, 11 and 17 will die inside the tunnel. There is a lot of damage in this area. But the mini-bosses can pass it during any wave, but they will follow the loop bridge as usual, don't worry. Only smashers during wave 27th pass the tunnel. They will charge on the amplifier once they spot it. Then climb this stair. Sometimes they get stuck inside the stair and keep going forward and backward till they despawn. And sometimes they just destroy it. But it's okay, don't worry, the mini-boss still have another way to the bridge, but Smasher may not follow this long path. They will just keep charging on the amplifier till wave 27 ends. Also, they may destroy this block off if they charged like that. But don't worry, this block off if for ramp amplifier anyway, and you don't need it anymore after wave 26. And if they charge to the right, they may destroy this small wall or this ramp for each direction. You can add 2 tar pits here to avoid them destroy the ramp. So, they will struck in the tar pit then charge on the amplifier again. And if they did climb the loop bridge, add wall lights traps here to push them down. For any reason, if they got stuck in this area, edit it like this. And if it didn't work, just keep one wall. If you added another one here, it will push them down here. And they may destroy the block-offs here. Or you can add a wall lights trap here to push them down. Or here, but it's risky. If you got many issues like this, just keep one wall. But hey, don't worry, you won't see 99% of these issues. I just wanted to add everything I know about this amp and its bugs. So in the future if you got any issues, you can come back to this part. Mostly any issues happen to this amp, it's because of the loop bridge. Because the paths is very clear and the husk and smashers can follow it easily. There are a ton of loop bridges you can use for this build. For any reason, if you needed other loop bridges, let me know in the comments. I will try to make a video including all the possible loop bridges for this amp. Sorry for taking too long, I just wanted to explain everything. Now, for the traps and perks. Now let's add the traps. Make sure of the direction of the freeze trap. Direct the gas tank to the back, to push them back. Add the 2 tar pit traps I mentioned if needed. A lot of damage here, for healers and smashers. Make sure of the direction of the ceiling drop traps. Point the traps to the back, to push the husk back. Here are some important notes about the build. You must build a loop bridge to loop the mini-boss and the smashers. Without one, the build will fail. If your trap's damage is low and smashers can reach the amplifier easily during wave 17, add the 2 tar pit traps here. For any reason, if the mini boss still destroying these floors, add low damage floor spikes traps. Or freeze trap with effect duration. If Fleener's still trying to pass through this gap, add a healing gas trap here. A smasher may destroy this wall during wave 5, then keep going forward and backward till he depawned. It's rare to happen, but I added extra block offs for it just in case. Also, if you were standing behind the amp, near the block offs, zappers and pitchers may target this block off from a distance. So, it's better to stand in the AFK spot or the observing spot. Check this video to know how to build it. I will add healing wall spikes to make sure. Sometimes the small husk stand here and start hitting the edited floor than the walls, and since they are too short, for some reason, the wall spikes won't kill them. If you had this issue, you can replace the wall spikes traps with healing wall dynamos. But of course, healing wall spikes traps are much better. This issue happens if you were standing in a wrong spot or near the block offs. That's why it's very important to know where to stand. Also, the husk may target this block off. To take a shortcut from here, add an edited cone like this to avoid that issue. You can add more block offs like an edited floor and a wall if needed. If you need more damage, or if your trap's durability is low, add 3 to 6 ceiling drop traps here. The south direction build is a damage build, so make sure to have enough traps damage and durability. Check this video to know how to increase your traps damage. And this video to know how to increase your traps damage. The east direction will be a recycle build. I will upload its video tomorrow if I manage to finish it. Also, don't forget to use code Larsis in the item shop if you want to support me. I haven't started the gameplay videos yet. I didn't want to delay the build more, but I will try to make them in the next weekend. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, see you in the next one.